to Everyone Wants 100%. My name is Jaleesa.
And I'm Shawanda.
And of course, we will never, ever, ever forget that angelic voice.
Mike B.
Eating chips in the back.
Right. Meanwhile, back at the
camera.
ranch. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I know you can see this lovely person we have sitting here in the middle. And for those of you who are listening, I'd like you to introduce yourself, Ashley.
I'm Ashley Banks. I'm the owner of So in Love Extensions Bar, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yay!
ATL in the house.
ATL is definitely a house.
But representing Jersey.
Period.
Yeah.
Because she said, you're not going to forget my
Yeah.
roots. No, that's
So
right.
yes, did you ever do hair in New Jersey though?
No, so when I moved from Jersey, I was 16 years old. So I didn't start doing hair until I was 19.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So
Okay, so you've been doing hair for a while.
Yeah.
You can give us all the real tea behind the salon industry, and we're going to get that to you in just a second, y'all. But let's go ahead and introduce the show. So we're going to go ahead and talk to you about how the New York beauty industry is different from Atlanta's industry. Do you know the difference, or are you able to speak
Sure.
on?
I don't have too much experience in the New York beauty
Right, that's what I was
industry.
thinking.
I've never gotten my hair done in New York, surprisingly. Now that I think,
Really?
yeah, and I love getting my hair done, but I've never got my hair done in New York salon.
I'm appalled, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I feel like we ain't
I can
doing
come back
homework.
here. I can come back here.
You should have had you come here and get your hair done.
Well, I mean, but it wouldn't have been the same.
I mean, it wouldn't have been, but it would have been her New York experience.
True. You wanted to always, but you want the first experience to be authentic.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so you can have something to compare it to. You can't just start at the upper echelons and then, because then you're going to expect everybody to be like you. This is my issue that I have right now. Every time I go to somewhere in Brooklyn or in New York, I'm expecting Brooklyn standards, and I
Same.
don't get that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if I can compare like up north to down south, I can say I don't notice too much of a difference as if we're talking about like professionalism, because I feel like stylists now, they aren't as professional as I would like them to be.
Period.
I have a salon, I service clients, I take customer service very serious, and I feel as
Period.
though the stylists up north or south, they just don't have it.
The girls that get it, get it.
Exactly.
The girls that get it, get it.
So you feel like in your expertise and you running your business that you're like the unicorn in Atlanta.
I am, and my clients say that a lot. They're like, "Oh my God, you're so nice." I'm like, "Am I supposed to be mean to you?"
I said that 3 episodes ago.
yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
Am I supposed to be rude? But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
what's
they're
happening.
expecting. I had a client waiting outside for me, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. She was
know, you felt
early.
horrible.
No, she was early. And when she came in, she's like, "Oh, I've been here." I'm like, "Well, me too. You could have came in." She was like, "I didn't know."
Oh,
And I'm like-
speaking of that, we're going to get to that because this our Tangled Tales is very, very similar to
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So yes, I feel like, Shad, can you give what do you think the difference between Atlanta stylists versus
Well, when I look
here?
at Atlanta, I just see like it feels like the mecca of like the hair industry, and I don't know when that switched because at one point I feel like New York was, but for whatever reason, it's like y'all have way more hairstylists. It seems like,
Yeah.
and great ones too. Like I see the work. And I'm
Majority
like,
of those stylists are from up north or like from other places. They're not from Atlanta. They're not from Georgia.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
She's giving us the tea right
Yeah.
now.
Behind
so
the
they
salon
come
industry.
from New York.
Yep.
pretty-
They come
that's-
from other places and then they migrate to
Come from
Atlanta.
New York.
I'm gonna just hold that.
Or Jersey. Or Jersey.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense to me because I'm like, where are all these stylists coming from? And they do great work, but I get it because a lot of clients used to come to me and be like, "You would do so well in Atlanta," and in my mind, I'm like, "But how? If there's so many other stylists there, why would I do well?"
It's very saturated, but
Yes.
if you do great work and you provide great customer service, a great atmosphere, they'll come to you.
Oh wow! So
Are they loyal there?
Right.
Yes.
back.
Yes. The clients that I've had, they all come back to me.
Okay, that's beautiful. So I would say I'm moving to Atlanta.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know. I was just talking about that. I can't deal with the traffic.
It's not that bad.
Just
Just pack some snacks, use the bathroom before you leave out, and you're fine.
Before you get
You're fine.
I am a demon devil on these roads.
And you'll be good
okay?
because there's 6 lanes, so you can.
Right.
Oh, I'm outside.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna see
yeah.
me. I'm a ride on the shoulder.
Yeah, it's not that
That's
bad.
the expressway. I mean, ticket or
not
no
that
ticket.
bad.
Right.
It's just the expressway. I just got to pay $130 for it. not?
Well,
Yeah.
other than Atlanta, I mean, I guess other than hair, like as far as like beauty, all things beauty, do you think they're killing it as far as nails or facials, makeup?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I know, like, being from up north, if you go to like the Chinese nail salon, they call it like the chop shops. We don't have that in Atlanta.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
we don't have
You got
that
a
in
new
Atlanta.
term, y'all.
I
It's
ain't
called
Yeah,
the chop shops.
Atlanta doesn't have that. I mean, they provide great service. I
Service.
mean, like, they give you wine. I went to a nail salon that serves hookah, and I love me some
seen
hookah.
that.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So you was in
You was in your
Yes.
element.
Yes, I was home.
I
was
know that's
home.
right. You was getting a
And
manicure or a pedicure?
I got a full set and I got a pedicure.
I
I got
know that's
hookah. I
right.
got champagne, and I want to say the hookah and champagne was complimentary because I only spent like $125.
I was going to ask, so what was your
Yeah.
tab?
Mm-hmm.
125.
I
Yep.
mean, I don't know how I feel about hookah being served in the nail salon. guys.
All right, here we go.
Because
See, y'all,
what
this
is
is
happening?
the traditional,
Listen,
traditional
they
Tristan.
want
Here we
everything
go.
in Atlanta.
They want everything.
They want the full experience. They want everything. They want what they want.
Okay.
It's 2024, friend.
I get it.
The
but, like,
times is changing, and
Wait,
people.
so was the Hennessy pedicure in Atlanta?
I feel
Yes.
like it was.
Yeah, that's in Buckhead.
Yeah.
That's in Buckhead.
Look, she like, I think
I know where it's at.
I got my feet done. They
We
put
were just
Hennessy on
talking
it.
about that in previous episodes. It's a little ratchet ghetto.
I'm not a Hennessy girl, so I haven't
So
been
you don't
there.
need it on your
Yeah,
toes.
no.
Okay, got it.
Oh, they put it on your feet.
Yes, girl.
They-
That's what I'm like. If you just shaved your legs today and you went to go get a pedicure, baby,
Henny stinks.
them legs is gonna be burning on fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
well,
yeah.
No.
I guess what they're doing is catering to
The black culture.
That, but
So they think.
I don't want. So they think you like the
You
hookah,
like the hookah, you down with
I, mean,
it.
I don't like Hennessy.
I can't.
She was like, that's where I draw the line. I draw the line at Hennessy. I'll take the hookah,
Right.
but don't give me the hen dog.
No.
What's your drink of choice?
Tequila.
Okay. On me.
Yeah. Yes.
She a tequila mommy like
Reposado.
me.
Okay.
And the reposado, that's the one that don't give you a hangover. But yes, so we're gonna move into our first segment, as you know, and in this segment, it's Salon Etiquette 101, and we're getting you all to weigh together, and we're giving you the do's and don'ts of the salon industry. So, Ashley, we asked all of our guests this question. We know that you're a fan of the show, so tell us, what does salon etiquette mean to you?
To me, salon etiquette is, as far as I'm just going to speak for like myself and my business. For my stylist, you need to be on time. And on time does not mean if you have a 10:30, you need to be there at 10:30. You should be there by like 10:15. And to me, that's still late. So I would say like 9:45, 10 o'clock. So be on time, be polite to your clients, provide a great experience, do a great service.
Get your pens
and-
out.
Yeah, like nowadays when people come in, they want a full experience. They don't just want their hair done. You need to talk to them, engage with them, offer them water, tea, wine, champagne. It needs to be like a whole spiel for them.
Okay. You believe that if you were suggesting this to someone who just is now beginning in the industry, what would you recommend salon etiquette being for them?
Do what I just said.
Everything you just
Yep.
said.
Just start off at the top.
At the top,
Yep.
y'all, and get your pens out because she gave a lot of valuable
Well,
information.
I don't think I could work at your salon.
Not many people can, I'm telling
she
you.
can. I'm telling you right now.
And let me tell you, because this is what I think people should know about themselves. Like, you know, when you come in for a job and if you know the expectations are that, don't try to work there because, hello,
I'ma
if
get
you
you
know you're
out.
never on time, don't take the job. And I feel like that's where a lot of the new upcoming stylists, they drop the ball, they take employment, and they don't know how to really. So if that was a situation for you and you hired someone and then they just was failing at being on time, is that coachable for you? Is that something that you think can be coachable?
I give people grace. So I give them at least 2 to 3 chances. And it's like, I understand things happen.
I cut him off at 2. 'Cause you ain't gonna think you're gonna get a third.
I like
third
to say
time.
just one, but I learned to give people more grace because I know things happen. But if things are always happening to you, then this is not the place for you.
Period.
If you're always late because Uber, that's not an excuse. Like, take a bus, take a taxi, get a lift, figure something
earlier.
out. But you
Why
cannot.
are you yelling at me?
Right.
Can't
That was
be
my
late.
B, y'all.
You cannot be late, especially charging what my salon charges. It's a luxury experience. So if the client is here before you,
then there's a problem.
I get
yeah.
so much anxiety if a client is sitting and waiting for longer than 5 minutes.
Because now you got to entertain them.
And that be my problem, because I be in there like this.
Yep. You want me to dance?
Yes. And then the stylist, hey, and then they're just so happy.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I just gave you 45 minutes of my life, and that I can't get that back anymore, and you're not even smiling.
And sometimes clients, they want a discount. They want something for free. And
I implement that because I'm a little tardy.
A little tardy for the party?
But as a salon owner and having staff, I sometimes do have assistants in place.
Okay,
for that.
good.
So, it's not like I'm just coming in, strolling in. Someone has touched you. Someone
Right.
has greeted you.
Your service has started.
Your service has started. But she
I'm trying to figure out why she laughing over there.
but I honor a discount at the end of their service because it's not fair. And this is what the people are always saying. How are you got all these rules and regulations, but y'all not following them? So how can I now implement a late fee and then I'm late and then not,
Right.
implement it to the
Do
client?
you offer it without them asking?
Of course.
Okay.
And that's the icing on the cake because they're not expecting it.
They
I'm sure
appreciate
in
it.
their mind they're like, she was late. So when it's presented, they're like, oh my God.
Sometimes that don't even be enough.
Wait, what?
Because she don't be at the tech out, y'all. So the experience that she gets and the experience that I get is
that's a whole
totally different experiences.
That's a whole nother show. That checkout at that end of the service is like a whole new
yeah.
It's a whole new show. Do you have a front desk, Ashley?
I had a girl.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a girl. And
What happened? Why she had to go?
Oh no, she had like personal issues at home. Yeah. She didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
She was good.
Just wasn't somebody that would be able to fit the mold.
No,
She was
had
great.
personal
She was
issues.
great. She had personal issues at home. So I'm like, just take your time. And
Okay, and whenever you are ready,
You always
can
have a
come
place back. Yeah.
Oh, that was so nice. How about your team now? Do you have a team now?
I have a stylist.
Okay.
She's part-time, and then I just hired 2 lash techs.
Okay,
Because I
yay.
wasn't doing any like commission stylists.
Okay.
I took a break because I needed to focus on Atlanta. So now my clients are calling and texting. So I'm like, okay, let me start hiring again. So right now I have 1 hairstylist and 2 lash techs.
And what does that look like, the hiring process for you? Do you have a formula, or is it just something that you kind of just go along?
I do have questions that I do ask. So the stylist that I have, she's a salon manager. So I mainly have her doing the interviews. But the hiring process, it kind of gives me like PTSD because I've done this so many times. It's just like, how long are they going to stay? When are they going to start messing up? Like, when's the BS going to start to roll out? When are you going to show me that you're a bad employee or you don't really want to work? Because I tell people it's going to start off slow, but once it picks up, it's going to pick up. And if you can't keep up, say that, communicate, and I'll close out your books for a few days or, cut your hours. But once it starts to roll, that's when I really see people's work ethic, and it's just not there.
It's so funny because the season right now in the salon is a little bit of a slow season right now. And it's kind of like you get to see what people really do, like with their downtime and their ambition, I want to say, towards their career. Because you see, me, I'm going to turn up. If I see that it's slow, I'm going outside with neon green signs. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to make this money by tomorrow.
Well, I just want to say, I feel bad that you have to have PTSD in the hiring process,
It's bad because I've hired in so many girls and like, I can work every day. I'm like, no, you can't work every day. You don't have to tell me what I want to hear. Just be honest because I can work with that. But don't say you can work every day. You have open availability and you really don't.
And then 2 weeks later, you tell me that you and your husband decided that y'all should take Sunday.
I've had girls not come into work because they had to do laundry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Thank God it's a laundromat right across the street.
I have a laundromat. I have a wash and dryer in my salon. Bring your clothes to the salon. Come to work. So there's no excuse.
There is none.
There's no excuse.
And she literally said that out her mouth.
She put it on her schedule.
Right. Oh, wow.
And I said, okay, you can do laundry today and the rest of the week.
Oh, wow.
If that's how, you're not going to mess with my money. And think I'm not going to mess with yours too. So I close her books.
So she has
access to her own business. Okay, I like that. How did you implement that into your business? Because I know that a lot of other business owners feel as though they need to kind of hold their books close to their chest rather than giving them the opportunity to kind of like
to put laundry
to
in?
be independent.
I like to give people like the flexibility. You know, you can choose your own schedule.
Right.
All I ask is that you adhere to that schedule. So if you can work Tuesday through Saturday, be available Tuesday through Saturday. If you can't work that day, block off your books. I've had girls not block off their books, and then a client schedules, and then they're in New York or New Jersey. So it's like you have access to close your books, take that responsibility on your own, and close down your book.
You're right.
Is that a popular way to do it in the South? Because I don't really hear that.
That's my salon up north. So in the South, it's just me.
Yes, because
but like
actually
up
you
north,
have two locations.
Yes, she has
Okay.
one in Atlanta and Pennsylvania. You said yes, the second one in
How do
Pennsylvania.
you juggle both?
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
Do you have support?
I have myself.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So-
Up until recently, it's just been me.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Atlanta and in PA.
Yeah.
So do you trust anybody out there while you're home to pretty much run the show?
And Pennsylvania, like I said, it's just been me up until recently,
Okay,
and then now I have the salon manager.
Okay.
I trust her, but she doesn't have too many responsibilities.
Okay.
So little by little, I'll give her more access to things, but for the most part, it's just me.
Yeah. Do you find a struggle trusting people?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have a partner in my business. I don't believe in that.
Okay. I can understand.
Is it because you had issues in the past before? With
I've never done it
partners, or-
before. As far as having partners, I just I've done research on like other businesses and they've had partners, and then next thing you know, like your partner is like upset with you, they're not coming to work, or they don't want to pull their end, and I don't want to deal with that.
So
I want
it's
to come into my salon one day and then it's like, oh wait, this is not my salon. I gotta go. So
Right. Right. I think that makes perfect
That's
sense.
so smart. Not even to even like, I get when you think of having a business and needing support, it always seems easier to be like, let me just partner with somebody.
and I would love to, but
but it's 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work out. So kudos to you for making that decision.
thank you.
I would say, well, salon etiquette, you said, is everything in the experience. I follow the same kind of guidelines. I talk to my staff, and I'm always implementing, talking to the clients, making sure you are consulting with them. That's really big, just so that way you have a feel of what they're about to do and the service that they chose, and making sure that it's right for them. Because the experience doesn't just happen in the salon, but it also happens when they go home.
Yep.
So if you do something that you know they can't maintain and then they go home, that's still a negative view for you because you didn't follow through on doing your homework, in a sense, on what was good for them. So I love that response, Ashley, because I feel like everyone gives a different response on what salon etiquette is, but because you're a salon owner, you broke it down really nicely.
Thank you.
And I think they got the point. I do. I think they genuinely got the point because it was literally every single thing that you should be doing in order for you to be successful.
Right. You should want to do that.
You should want to do that. So what about the girlies that don't? I love that you said that.
The girls that don't, then they don't last.
But
They crash out.
I don't think that's true.
Or they just become like influencers down the line.
I mean,
They crash
they're
out.
like-
yeah,
yeah.
they don't
They're not
last.
still behind the
No.
chair.
well, I saw a post today where there was a stylist just going off, and she's like, these new age stylists really like change the game, and they're like ruining the industry. And someone was like, I'm so sick of this topic. She was like, I'm over this
How old
topic.
was she?
Well, I don't know, because it was on Thread, so it's just comments. And I was like, I feel like everyone always has something to say, but like, if it's something to say, we're going to say it. Like, we over these new age stylists ruining the industry, because that's what it is. I don't feel like it's something that should be taken offensively, but there's a difference
facts.
between now and 5 years ago in such a short period. And I know the pandemic had everything to do with it, because everyone's finding their way. No one wants to work for anyone anymore. So I guess seeing it being done, it looks easy, so they just gravitate toward it, but they don't know that there's other things that go. And some people is like, well, it's your fault because you shouldn't continue going to these type of stylists. And we talk about that a lot. Like, they're thriving because you're supporting them. So if you're not happy with the service, then don't support them. And then someone mentioned price being an issue. Well, they only go because of price points. And I was like, well,
See, I don't go to anybody because of price. Like, I need
You don't have
a
those issues
good
that sound like-
service. I need a good
but that's not everyone's
atmosphere.
pocket.
I need all the elements Like, I'll pay the extra to be comfortable, have a great service done, have a great experience, because that's what I give my clients. So when I sit in your chair, that's what I want to.
I feel like it also comes with a level of maturity too, because also when I was younger, I really didn't care about how clean a salon was or how good their work was. Like, as long as they did what I showed them and I know you were going to do, like, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. But now as I'm older, like, I would like to pay for convenience. Like, I want to make sure that what I'm paying for looks good. I don't want you to have an attitude. I think with age comes maturity, and as I'm older now, those things are important to me. But I think the younger people don't care about that because that's not important to them.
I wouldn't say it's just younger people. Like, it's just a certain group of people that don't care about it. And then there's also groups of people that just can't afford that experience. Like, they can't walk into a salon that's charging $300 for a sewing because they just can't afford it. So now they are subjected to being talked to anyway. They're like subjected to it not being clean, and that also for me is still like part of it. That's like, you're ruined. The culture is just, it's just upside down.
But it's always been that way though. It's always been like
what?
The good and the bad. Like, it's always been, the African braided shops have always been an issue. Like, it's never been something.
Not anymore.
It's
Yeah,
never
I went
been
to an African braid shop and it wasn't bad. And that was my first time ever going. I was in Philly and I was surprised. I'm like, oh wow.
Right, but that was in Philly.
Stories. Yeah, okay.
No, it doesn't matter.
Right, but there are the good ones and there are the bad ones.
Yeah, but the braiding salons are not the braiding salons in the 90s or the early 2000s where...
But they still got the same, most of them still have the same culture.
No, they don't. Oh. They've changed their culture because of the trends
and social media.
A braiding shop that was like very much
posh,
not it back in the day. And I stopped going for a couple months, and then when I went again, they were in uniform. The place was repainted. They took appointments online. I was very much confused.
Wow.
Like, I can make an appointment to get my hair braided. Like, it's not a walk-in, first come, first serve. And she was like, no, yep, we can do an appointment. I was very confused. And that seems to be the new trend because they're all competing to be the viral braiding salon. That's really what it is.
Only if they charging $200.
They also charging $200.
Isn't that out here, the 24-hour shop?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Oh,
it
wow.
is.
What is that, like not a thing anywhere else?
No, there's not a 24-hour braiding salon.
I
yeah,
thought you said $200 braid.
Well, that too. It's $200 and it's a 24-hour braiding salon.
That's
and you
smart.
can get boho knotless 24 hours
down to the back.
$200
for $200.
I mean, $200 is standard braiding fee.
I don't know. Might be Google that because I feel like it might.
I mean, I know.
Yeah, I charge $250 for medium knotless.
For medium, okay, but that makes sense because you're not an African braiding shop.
Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah, so you don't got another person on the end braiding the other side.
No, girl, it be one person.
No, I'm just saying it's not an African braiding shop.
Yeah, it's not like my focus service. Yeah,
so it makes sense to have a little, upcharge to it, but it's also worth it because those braids take hours.
Yeah.
Hours. So sometimes I'm confused, but I do understand how they do make money. It's because they have people to work for them.
Yeah, they have
support. They have 15, 20 people that's willing to stand there and braid for hours and, to my understanding, not get paid even half of 40-30% of the money.
Oh, wow.
So I think that community of people are just the communities like the Asians and the Indians that kind of
chop
together and they make it work.
Listen, I'm down with this phrase. I got to hear the rest of the lingo.
On the other end, when we have, people like me coming in trying to make something happen, it's kind of harder because we don't have that community like the other cultures.
We're detangling the mess and we're going into segment 2 of our Tangled Tales. We'll be reading and sharing the most craziest reviews, personal and social media stories, and giving our feedback on the tea. And this one, of course, as always, is going to get crazy. So we can't keep up with the shenanigans, but this is a story from July 5th, and it's from someone that's based in Chicago. A client who happens to be a stylist went to go get her hair braided, and she arrived at the location 5 minutes early, and she was looking for the address. She texted that she couldn't locate the address, and the stylist replied that the address was on the door. She texted that she could not locate it. And then when she said it was on the door, she was like, yeah, I get that you're here, but you can't come in until your appointment time of 4:30. It was 4:25. So finally, at the 4:30 marker, she walks into the salon, and the braiders or whoever the stylists were proceeded to talk and say, like, if somebody else opens that door like that again, we gonna be fighting. So she was like, ooh.
And it's in Chicago, so she's serious.
Right. So she was like, okay. So, like, are they talking about me? Ain't no way they could be talking about me, because if they was, they should know that I'm sitting right here. Y'all don't see me?
Right.
Yeah.
So they proceeded to talk about how if somebody else opened the door like that, it was going to be a problem because the door flung open. And then they proceeded to talk about the gay community. And she was like, well, I'm not servicing no gay people or something like that. And they just kept going on and on.
They never acknowledged her.
They never acknowledged her being there. They did not say hello as she walked in, but that's because she flung the door open.
According to them.
Mm-hmm. So,
This is for real?
girl, yes, girl. Yeah, it's a real story. It just happened,
Every
girl.
time I hear these damn Tangled Tales, this is real. Because I don't understand.
I feel bad for people.
Yes.
She's also a stylist herself.
So it's
Right.
even worse when you're a stylist, because it's just like,
Right. So she proceeds to text her friend who is the salon owner, I guess, of the salon that she works at. And she was explaining the story. And she's like, what should I do? And this is the part that gags me, because I'm like, why do you have to come up with the story about why you're leaving? Get the fuck out and go. You a grown ass woman. So she was like, I told them, I had like a bag of snacks because she was getting her hair braided. So she was like, I told them, I'm just going to go put that in the car. No one said anything to her again, of course. And she was just like, no one texted me. I left and I just drove home. Yeah. So she said, as she was on the highway getting home, the lady texted like, hey, I'm ready for you. She's like, baby, at this point, I'm already gone. I'm on the highway. And she was like, hey, so you made me feel really uncomfortable while I was there. And, you know, while I appreciate you taking me, I know I paid the deposit, but thanks, but no thanks. And of course, the stylist then began to combat with her and was like, hey, you know, you opened the door really roughly. Like, even the client was like, well, why does she have to open the door like that? My customer service is great. Basically just defending the wrongdoing that she was doing. And she just was like, girl, I'm good. You got it. And she was like, you know, the end, just say hi to your clients.
Hi. I think it's a little more than that.
It was a lot more than that. But she also mentioned that the stylist was very aggressive with her, telling her back, like, no, like, you flung the door open too aggressive. And that's
what I said. Yeah.
And her question really was like, but I came on the time you told me to come. So who did you think was opening the door?
Well, I mean,
and maybe the door was just like, because I pulled the door before and it's a really light door.
But why?
And I'm heavy-handed. It don't matter. Like, you didn't say hello to me, so if that was a problem, you should have told me, like, hey, like, you know, just be careful with the door.
Right. I mean, she got me at hello. Because
at the no hello.
Yeah. Right. Like, why you ain't just say hi? Like,
so I'm confused. So this is establishment.
Correct.
This is like,
she did mention that it was not a home; it was a business. So you couldn't find the address. The address was written apparently in black Sharpie.
So that's why I'm just trying to imagine being on being in a commercial space, someone walking by not being able to find the space, finds the space, and then I'm in the establishment. Like, you can't open the door until 4:30.
Correct. That was the first thing. Yes. So then
already
at 4:30 on the dot, she opens the door, and then they're startled. After you just told me.
You knew I was coming.
I don't know. But all I can say is, as a people,
we gotta do better. We gotta do better.
I don't know. There's nothing else. We can start from the top. Like, why did you even open this business? Like,
I feel like if it's a business, I should be able to just come in. Let me sit and wait until you're ready. I shouldn't have to wait outside. And this is Chicago, so let me come inside.
Right.
I'm not waiting outside. I'm not doing that.
Wait, the safety. I was thinking about the cold. See, that's how much I don't like the cold. I was like, wait, it's summertime. So she wasn't waiting out in the cold. She was waiting in her car. It was hot.
But
however, she should have definitely said hello. Like, at that point, like, how you just walk into some.
Mention that her expectations weren't super high because she was
in the hood.
type of neighborhood. And
She's in the hood. Say it. She said she was in the hood.
she said she knew the basics, but she did research. She looked at the space.
She
did have
chose
the reviews. It looked pretty.
Yes, sorry, it's on
We
her.
also forgot that they were braiding in their pajamas.
Oh yes, they were in their
So
pajamas.
then they must have been in a home-based business.
She said it was not home based.
It's not.
It's not.
I
It's a
don't.
salon.
So we going outside in the PJs in Chicago to work? Come on.
I mean, they
Stress that
do
it's
it
not home-based.
here, so like I'm a little confused.
What you said?
They do that here.
Where? I've never seen anybody in work in a salon in their PJs. I'm sorry, and I've been
Here,
doing
where?
this for a long
And,
Here?
time.
and pajama pants and a bonnet.
I've never seen anybody working in pajama pants.
Oh.
Where?
Not at So Brooklyn.
No, not at
I
So
mean,
Brooklyn.
you
I would
seen
say-
that?
In other establishments, yes.
Wow.
Okay.
And not a home.
I mean, that sets
No.
the tone. That lets me know, like, nobody's gonna say hi to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Or
They were talking about beating her up.
Right. So that part was where I was confused at, because if you talking about beating me up, bitch, why you still there? Why are you still there?
Comfortable. She was like, I'm hood adjacent. You know, I'm not hood. I was.
And then she was
dying.
like, I'm an ally. Like, I'm not going to let you talk about gay people when I'm just sitting here. Like, no, absolutely not. That was another thing. Like, why do you feel you don't know who's in this space?
but they don't care.
That is true.
not beating her up.
Wait, actually still talking. Yeah, girl, they was going to take her down like Chris Brown.
Because she ain't doing nobody gay here. What if I'm gay?
Right.
What if I'm an LGBT?
She doesn't care.
You guys run down all the things that shouldn't have happened.
I
pajamas.
If they can't figure it out,
She should have looked at the location and made another choice. Done. That's it. No, story done. End of
blaming
story.
The client.
I'm
She's
gonna-
also a stylist.
And that's
Yeah,
even
being
worse.
a stylist, you should have. I have a certain expectation. Like, I would come to this salon. I wouldn't go to a salon where there's stylists with like pajamas and bonnets, and you're gonna beat me up and pulling the door too hard. Once you said I can't come in until 4:30,
I would've left.
off at 4:26. I'm not staying because you already set the tone. You're not gonna be rude to me and then be in my head like.
But that's
no.
a whole thing now on TikTok, you know.
What?
Where a lot of the stylists are speaking about how clients are showing up to their appointments 5 minutes, 10 minutes early, and they're sitting outside of their car looking at the clients, pulling on the doors, trying to get inside, and they're putting on lip gloss in their rear view or in their mirrors and saying, baby, your appointment is not until 10 a.m. Why are you here at 9:45?
You know why? Because those stylists aren't set up before their client even gets there, so they're probably not even ready for their client.
But they're not. They're getting their lip gloss on in the car.
Right, because their appointment starts at 10, and that's an ongoing battle on TikTok for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
right
That's
now.
crazy.
They're making videos
I'm
about
about to get on
it.
TikTok. Like, I don't
Like-
do that. You can come in
Yes.
at whatever time I'm gonna be here.
But that's why your client was like, I didn't know if I could come in
I feel
because.
bad for her.
But that right because
that's
she's
why.
used to that kind of treatment. Like a lot of the times you can't come early. You have to come on time. Who ever seen Drumline?
If you're working from home, what?
Who ever seen Drumline? Anybody seen that movie?
I saw drama.
You know when the professor says you are late if you are on time.
Yes.
And if you're on time,
You-
you're late. That has resonated with me majority of my life. Like I will show up sweating.
Yep.
Just so that I'm not showing because I keep my heart won't and my brain won't allow me to do it. I done made 10 stories up about how I was late and why I was late, and now I'm like all discombobulated. So I could just imagine showing up to an appointment. Yes, I have to get there at 4:30, which is me. I'm going to get there at 4:35. I just don't want no
lying.
smoke.
She lying.
That's not true.
She lying like a rug.
Like, what do you
This
mean?
girl is late. I don't know what you talking about. You is a late. You late.
I don't know
I
what
think in
she's
your
referring
mind,
to.
you would like to be on time.
Thank you, Mike.
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
Thank you, my
Because
son.
I'm always the one
On
waiting.
and on about drumline.
I'm waiting for y'all all the time. Y'all are always the late
No,
one.
I know I'm late.
I'm always late, but you're just a little earlier in your lateness.
That's
Thank
not
you.
true.
No,
Yes,
it's
that
totally
is very
So
true.
if a reservation's
I can't
You're
w-
there 4:35 and we're there like 45.
Right.
You're
Is this
there
like a
at
personal
5 o'clock.
reservation or like work?
Just in general, she's not on time.
Right. This is personal.
Yeah, because personal,
Right. I really don't give a shit.
Oh, now she don't care. But just
Yeah,
5
because
minutes
it's
ago,
personal.
you was on the drum line. Okay.
Right. Because it's personal. I'm referring to work. We're all talking
Okay.
about work
Okay.
ethic.
Oh,
Can you
work.
talk about that?
Oh, yes,
right.
I already said I show up too late sometimes.
Right.
I'm the boss.
Sometimes all
you
the
got an
time.
assistant.
I'm the boss.
And we got to follow your lead.
No, that's true. But I set the standard when I talk to them in the meetings, and like, hello, you have to be on time,
And I don't.
No, and
It's
that's
giving
not.
do as I do.
And not as I do as I
Listen,
say,
that
and
is
not
a
as I
whole
do.
Caribbean situation.
Yeah,
And
my
you
mom
just
used to
follow
say
it,
that.
and you be trucking along behind it.
And I, to be completely honest, was someone who was always about, leading by example. I'm not even gonna lie. Like my years of being a salon owner, I would always be like, okay, I have to be in all black. I have to do this. I have to wear this. I have to be on time. I don't.
Yeah, now that
I don't.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
not.
don't.
No.
Right. So I can sit here and comfortably say, yes, I am late some of the time.
All the time.
But I have things in place. It's not like no one's here. It's like there's no assistant. And if there is cases where it's like that, I'm very apologetic and I'm definitely giving you a discount.
But the people don't care either way.
I mean, it doesn't matter if they care or not because I can never think that they don't care and I don't want them to not care. And if
No, I'm talking about the client.
No, I'm saying
they don't care.
If they don't care, that's great, but I'm still gonna let it be known that I made my bad and here's this. Because if everybody walked out the door and didn't care, there would be someone that did care and then I would have missed that mark and then we have a bad review. So I'm just gonna make it aware, like, you know what, my fault. I'm always apologetic. I'm always saying I'm sorry for my tardiness or, and I'm getting right to it. But in this case, they're not doing that. No one is apologizing or giving them any money for it. So
Yeah, no.
Nope, they wasn't.
Yeah, they didn't
weren't
acknowledge her.
apologizing.
They said they were going to beat her
Yeah.
up. Wouldn't let her
And
go
they
beat
were
her up.
very combative.
They gonna
either
beat
way.
her up.
They kept
And they
going
were in
back and
pajamas.
forth.
Beat me up.
okay,
is-
well, I think who's wrong is the client, and I'm gonna stick
I
to that.
cannot believe that you
I'm
are
always
blaming
gonna blame the client only because you have to do your research before you come to an
but
establishment.
there's no pictures online.
I
of
would
you in your
love to get
pajamas.
I would love to see their Yelp reviews.
She said
Yeah,
they
Yelp
had
is where
good
it's at.
reviews and the pictures look good. They're not gonna put online the pictures of them in their pajamas. They're not gonna put on their IG page them talking about beating people up. That's not what you're gonna see. So how would I, as a client, know that? She did say, I will give you that she said she knew she was going to a sketchy neighborhood.
Okay.
But you could be in a sketchy neighborhood and be a wonderful salon.
You're right.
So how would I, as a client, know that I'm about to walk into
There's
pajamas
no way they
with
have a
Sharpie on the door and PJs?
5-star rating. There's no way.
She said they had great ratings.
I want to. Do we know the name of this?
Or she probably
she
needed
didn't
it done
mention
like
the
the same
salon.
day too.
Ooh,
Because I've been there before too, where it's like, all right, like I really don't have a choice. So I might just wait or I might just stay. So that could have been her predicament.
Yeah, of
but
course. I think that's a lot
I
of
blame the
people.
business.
I blame the business.
I blame the business
I'm always gonna
because
blame the business
you didn't
because
greet
you're a
her.
business.
Yeah, you're the establishment. I'm
Yeah.
paying you. It's not the other way around. And she came in.
That's the
you
problem
didn't
with
greet
these new
me.
stylists. They want to blame the client.
Yeah, it's like sometimes a client has to hold some accountability, but at the end of the day, you're the salon, you're the business. You
control
are
the
always
narrative.
solely accountable.
Right.
You didn't greet her. You threatened her. You're going to beat her up. You were in PJs and a bonnet. That's just not a professional look. I know when I go to the salon and I'm actually dressed and I have like a nice outfit on, I feel like I perform better. And then I set that standard when my client comes in because I want to give a luxury experience. So I can't give a luxury experience if I got on sweatpants and a t-shirt. Like if you walk into any luxury store, they're not dressed like that.
No.
They're dressed very well. So that experience starts when they walk in your door and they look at you and they look at the salon.
Yep.
So I blame the business for sure.
Well.
Thank you, Ashley.
All right. Well, I'm
That's
just
the new age
saying.
stylist over there
I don't
blaming
know.
the client.
I can't see a business having a 5-star rating and then the reviews as well as the pictures are not translating that there's something going on.
So
in
you've
there.
never been
Maybe the
hoodwinked.
clientele that they have
never been
are
in
similar
that
to how
way?
they are.
No.
No, that's a good point, Ashley. Say
What
that
she
again.
said?
Maybe the clientele that they have in that salon are similar to the stylists
Gotcha.
as far as like their mentality.
But usually they don't leave reviews.
But they do. Some do.
They don't.
I always
And
leave a
they did
review.
say that
Always.
they do. She said they do a good job in the hair. So a lot of times people will turn a blind eye if they like the way you're doing it.
How many
Okay,
times
say
you went to
that.
the lady that messed up your eyelashes and you wasn't happy and went back and wrote a bad review? Right. Right.
I
So
did.
turning the blind eye, she knows that all too well.
But with the lashes too, right?
That's crazy.
Right. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
That's what I said. I left the whole
It is
episode when you said
crazy.
that.
It is crazy,
And
but
still
I'm
went back
being
and left a review.
transparent because I, in that moment, was a client who was not 100% happy, but needed
needed
somewhere
it
else
done.
to go. I didn't have nowhere else to go, so I went back and was treated terribly again. Went back,
Third time. This is third
right,
time.
and then I was, I had enough.
Did you give people 3 chances?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I had enough.
That was it. After 3, that was it.
Yeah.
So it is. I
You gotta
get
try
it.
to give people grace, but not that much.
Not that.
Not with my
much.
eyes.
You got 2 good times. You got 2 good times for me.
I don't know, because how many times you? How many?
I was just about to say my nail tech is holding on by a thread.
Okay.
By a thread.
Don't do her like that.
And she knows that.
But she knows.
Oh,
Okay.
She's well aware.
Right.
Because I already told, ma'am, we can't be doing this.
Okay,
You
good.
can't
As long
have
as she
baby
know.
issues all the time. You can't, girl. This is the day before my wedding. You're trying to cancel. Are you for real? And this was my first appointment. Right. So she's hanging on by a nice silver thread, and she knows it.
Ashley, do you have any of your like beauty people you go to that are like,
Now that I moved,
one and done?
I found one hairstylist. She's like 20 minutes from Atlanta. She's really good. She did my locks. Amazing job. I took them out because I don't keep styles in for long. But I typically just do my own hair because I don't want to deal with the mess.
Oh man.
Must be
yeah.
nice.
I
wish
book
I
with
could
a
do my own hair.
And I prefer to do my own hair because I know how I want it. I know how I like it. I did book an appointment with a stylist in Atlanta, and she canceled my appointment 30 minutes after my appointment time. So I was done after that. I'm like, I'll just after. Yeah, I'm texting her for the address, and then she's like, oh, I'm not going to make it in time because I woke up late and this and that, and we're going back and forth. And by then it was 9:30. I already braided down my hair for my sewing. So it's okay, girl. It's okay.
Confucius.
Oh wow.
I got the notification at like 9:33. Yeah.
After the
Yeah.
appointment time.
Yep.
So do you feel like you are? This is a little off topic, but because there's so many unprofessional stylists and it not being a good fit for your business, do you feel like you miss out on money because you don't have that staff and support to help?
I do miss out on money, of course. That isn't like my main focus. Like the money is great, of course.
Yes.
But I think about my clients and the fact that they don't have a place to go.
Yeah.
And I can't refer them someplace because my salon is in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So it's not many black salons there.
Got it.
So it's not many places that I can refer them to. So when they can't go there, it's like, you can go to Philly. Like I don't have any other suggestions.
connections?
Yeah.
Okay. And in Atlanta though, is it the same feel or is it a little different?
Atlanta, I mean, I just have my suite.
You just do your own
Yeah,
thing.
it's just
Gotcha.
me.
All right.
What made you have 2 spaces in 2 different states?
I mean,
that would be super strenuous on your schedule, or you.
I mean,
Or do you
in the
already have
beginning,
systems
I
to
was
kinda just
flying
work?
back and forth once a month to Allentown to like service my salon and service my clients. Now that I kind of got like my feet wet in Atlanta, I don't have to go back every single month, but it's not that hard. It's not too much stress, but it's definitely work.
You must have really good time management.
I don't sleep.
Okay, there
I
you go.
don't sleep.
Do you have children?
No, I just have my dog, and right now he's with my mom, so I'm a hot
Okay,
girl this
okay.
summer.
Not the dog. The doggy was with the mama.
For the summer.
For the summer.
I cannot.
I can only imagine when you get babies. They're going to be right with grandma. But I know
Right.
that's right.
I love it.
But yes, we're going to move on to our Standing on Business segment, and we're chatting about the structures and systems and the tools you need in order for you to make you successful in the salon industry. So what are the challenges that you face in the Atlanta market, and how do you stand on business in facing those? And what does standing on business mean to you?
I can say in Atlanta, it's very saturated. So it's been very like humbling building my my clientele in Atlanta because up north in PA, like I can just say like, all right, I got to open it, and now I don't have opening anymore because somebody booked it. So being in Atlanta, I really have to like step up, prove myself. I have to hand out cards and flyers, and I'm not that type of girl. Like I don't go up to people and hand out cards. That's just not my thing. Like either you're gonna come or you're not. But the clients that do come to me and that do find me, they do come back. They do stay loyal. It's different.
It's hard.
different. Yeah, it's harder in
Said
Atlanta.
humbling. I love that word.
It's very
She's like,
saturated.
I thought
and
I
I'm
was
like,
the shit because I was in PA, and now
Like-
here I am in this.
like I do great work. I give great service.
Yeah.
I have a great atmosphere. A good like aesthetic or whatever. So where the people at?
Right.
But you really have to. You have to like
Work.
prove yourself
And
out
most
there.
of that work, I would believe it's on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Social media, and then you do have to be in like the right place at the right time. You have to go to events. You have to talk to people.
Oh,
you have
really?
And I'm not that girl. I don't do networking. I don't know how to
Networking
just go
as
up to
a
people and
hairstylist?
just like talk. I don't. That's more of like my girlfriend's thing. She'll do that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm like in the back, like. Yeah, that's me. I do hair. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Sounds like me.
it's
So your
different.
partner is super supportive. of
Yes.
you.
Okay.
That's good. That's always good.
Yeah, that
like they're like pushing you, like
Yeah.
a cheerleader. I love that so much for you.
So
Brian.
so do you struggle making content as a?
No.
I was just about to say, absolutely
No.
not.
No,
Content is easy for me.
it is
Yeah, that's
because it's not you in front of people.
it's second nature.
essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make content
Or
out
the-
of anything. I can just record 3 seconds in here and then I got some content.
Right.
I prefer to do that, like marketing, like the back end thing. So no, content is
It's easy.
yeah.
And do you see it working in the way that it should?
It definitely works. I had a few posts go viral, so I gave like
the Beyonce, not the
Yeah.
Blue Ivy one, right? Yes.
I'm getting a lot of hate mail from that on TikTok now. Like,
What?
but
What's the tea?
because they're like, that's not Blue
Why?
Ivy. I'm like, no, for real. Like,
Duh.
I know that's not Blue Ivy.
But
Like,
Y'all never heard of
obviously.
clickbait asshole?
But she looked just like her.
But she does.
You did.
It was. I said, "You look like Blue Ivy." And she's like 17 years old. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yes, girl." But I did like a little like marketing thing. I put like a flyer on like my car window, and I was driving down the highway. And I had this girl stop me. She's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, "We're like what?" She's like, "I'm trying to get your QR code so I could book you." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, girl.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on the moving car. Like, I love
So
that.
yeah,
That's dope.
Okay.
I like that branding.
So-
on
yeah.
your window?
on my car window. I took it off because I'm like, all right, it's enough.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's
It was
never enough,
working.
especially
Yeah.
if they stopping you like
Right.
that.
And moving traffic.
It
about to
definitely
get hit.
worked. It definitely worked.
Okay.
I like that.
So would you give that any advice to like the younger people coming up or the newer stylists on how to standing on business and what that would look like?
To me, standing on business is doing what you say you're going to do. It don't matter how long it's going to take you. Just as long as you do what you say you're going to do. You can start with 4 people and then end up with just 1 person supporting you as long as you finish it. I know me, if I say like I'm going to do something, it's going to get done. Like when I got my salon, my mom was like, "Are you sure you can do this? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Listen, I got me. Like my salon cannot fail because I'm in it."
you.
So it's always going to move forward. It's always going to propel. Whether I have a full staff or no staff, my salon is going to do very well.
But is it your goal to have a staff? So my
My
question,
goal is to have a staff
Okay.
because
It's a good one.
yeah, a good one.
But is that success in a sense? So like when you opened your salon, did you envision you being that person solely working behind the chair?
When I opened my salon, it was just me for maybe like 6 months.
Okay.
And that big ass salon it was just me. So of course I want to have people because that's why I got a salon because
Right.
I can't do it all by myself.
You can't.
And I enjoy teaching new stylists. I enjoy, helping them build their clientele, build their skills. I've had girls come from beauty school with no skill set. So I done taught you how to do a silk press, how to do tape-ins, how to do K-tips, how to do I-tips, how to do microlinks, all that stuff. Those are top tier services
is.
and you are fresh out of beauty school. So I enjoy that aspect. So I definitely want a full staff, but you got to be slow to hire and then quick to fire. I like
Right.
that. Like,
Love
Right.
that tip.
yeah.
That's go ahead and clip that. What minute marker is that one? Because that's definitely the real tea behind the managerial industry. Slow to hire and quick to get the fuck up out.
Yeah.
ASAP.
I love that tip. So for anybody getting their salon, if you don't have anybody in there, don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry.
okay.
Don't fret, my pet.
Don't
It's
fret.
okay.
The money's gonna come. The good people are gonna come. The I guess what is it? Success is gonna come. It's just gonna take time.
Yeah, slow to hire.
Mm-hmm.
And quick to fire.
And quick to fire. I like that last part because I'd be quick to get them out of here. I'm sorry, you're how many? We'll talk about
She's
this when you
doing
get
her
to the
laundry,
salon.
okay?
Yeah, we'll talk about this when you get to the salon because I'm making you come to work to fire you.
Yeah, I'm not doing over text. I'm not
Yeah, no.
calling you.
I want you
Yeah.
to come in. I want you to
Yeah.
get comfortable,
Y'all look
and then I want to send you home. Because don't play with me.
Pack up your station.
Right? Pack it on up.
Clean up, yes.
I love it. Have you had any horror stories from firing people?
I mean,
Not
that's just a horror story in
stories.
itself.
I mean, the first time I had to, it's very uncomfortable because
Right.
I know you want to be here. I know it's how you make your money, feed your family, feed yourself. It's just a bad feeling. It's not like a horror story. I've
Everybody
gotten
wanna
more,
be a
I guess,
boss.
like more comfortable in firing people.
Okay.
I had a girl cry, and I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, like, dang, that sucks. But it's like, you got to go though. Like, it's time for you to go because you're not doing your job. You're not performing.
I
Like,
would just give him a.
What do you feel like is,
tissue?
Ashley, what do you think is the disconnect though? Like when they come on board, they're excited, and then what changes?
The
What do you
work.
think
I
is
feel like the disconnect is, and that's a fault of me too.
Okay.
I do a lot on the back end where it's like, you can't fail. So I do so much that people think they're pulling the strings, and it's like, girl, no. Like,
Okay.
if I stop doing this, then
You
wouldn't
gonna
there
fail.
won't be no bodies in this chair. And I'm a very black and white person, so
Ashley,
I pull numbers.
say that to the people in the back.
What?
Say it louder for the people in the back.
What?
Because you
Oh,
preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like, I was to stop doing all of this, you wouldn't
There'll
have
be
anybody.
nobody.
Yeah.
There'll be nobody in the chair, and I look at numbers and I can see where clients are booking from. If they're booking from the central booking link, which is just like the main one, then I know that's coming from me. If they're booking from your special link, that's coming from you. And I looked at the numbers, and it's like, you're not performing. And I try and coach people, you know, try and figure things out, but they don't get it. And I can't make you want it. Like, I can't make you want to get to the point where I'm at, or, you know, where I'm going. You have to want that. You have to show that initiative, and they don't have that initiative, and they're not hustlers. I've always been a hustler.
Same.
Always.
Like, I've sold everything except for I sell sneakers. I done sold Timbs out the back of my car. Like,
because you was gonna
I
get
will
it.
never be broke.
Right.
So if you're not a hustler, then this field is not for you.
Was it you that posted it the other day where I can never be broke? Just give me like Wi-Fi. And,
Yeah, and $39.
and $39.
Yep.
And
And you
I'm
can
gonna
get it
make
going. You can get it going.
I loved it because I was like, yep, that's me. Because
Why
I'm figuring this out.
$39, Ashley?
That's how much my class costs. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
my online class.
Okay.
So, Ashley, we're going to move into our final segment, which
Okay.
is everyone wants 100%. And in this segment, everyone wants to walk away with 100%. But the reality is that the math is never mathing, and 100% may not be the realistic, but we do know some ways to get you as close as possible. So get your pens out because we're going to take you to school. So, Ashley, of course, this is your time to shine. So you mentioned that the $39. So what is that about?
So $39 is how much it costs in order to take one of my online classes. It's on sale right now, where they're all on sale for 34% off. So I teach keratin bond extensions. I have traditional sew-ins. I have quick weaves.
Ooh.
And tape and extensions. So I have 2 classes on tape and extensions. I have a basic one, which is free right now for the month of July. And then my seamless taping class is $24.
Okay. Well, how did you? Oh, go ahead, Sean.
No, I'm just curious. You giving away all of that?
Yeah.
39. What?
Because I want stylists to experience what I've experienced from doing extensions. Like, I was a braider, like, since I started doing hair. Like, I can braid my ass off.
Yeah.
But once I started doing extensions, I saw real money and, like, real progress, and actually helping my clients, you know, be more confident
Did
in
you
how
have
they're
a teacher?
looking. I took one online class during the pandemic, and then I watched a class on YouTube. And it's funny because I connected with that stylist in Atlanta, so I work part-time at his salon too.
Okay.
But then I took an in-person class by Carrie Austin. She's in Atlanta as well. Amazing stylist, amazing teacher. But I did take an in-person class.
Oh, wow. So you built this in just a matter of like 3 years.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That is really good. That's
So is
that's
that
impressive.
like because I know that a lot of the girls are talking about the ebooks and the ebook. Everybody has to have an ebook.
Those ebooks suck that I read. They are not good. It's just like, they got
Yeah.
it from like Chat GPT.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I have ebooks and I actually write mine myself, and I put a lot of thought into it. I put a lot of information in it because I don't want you to say that you bought something from me and it was trash.
Okay.
Or like you took my class and you ain't learned nothing. Like,
Okay.
even my basic free class, you're going to learn a lot.
So do you have like I know this is a weird phrase to use, but do you have like a support group as well too, where you can kind of mentor them as well too if they take your?
I don't have like an actual support group, but I let them know, like, you can text me, you can email me, you can write me on Instagram if you have any questions, but I don't have like an actual like mentorship program.
Okay, so they basically could just learn from you and reach out to you if
Yep.
they have any additional questions. I like that. At least you give them the option.
Right.
Some people just be like, buy my ebook
No,
for
I don't want you to do
$34
that,
and then
you mess somebody's
that's it.
hair up.
Oh, okay. So you're very in depth in what you're giving them for that. very low price, I might
Yeah.
add.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, girl.
I mean, but I feel like maybe that's like what's
What?
the word that when you make money in your sleep? What's the word I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
That's like passive income to you. So it really the work that you put into it, yes,
because it
matters.
doesn't take me long to record the class, and I do the edits myself. And then I want it to be accessible to everybody because, like I said, I want pretty much every stylist to experience like what I've experienced just from doing extensions alone. Like, you make some good money doing extensions, especially if you know what you're doing and you provide a great service.
So do you feel like anyone can do this in a sense? Like, if you know how to do a sewing, you can do an ebook in a sense. Like,
No,
right?
because you need
have
the
to have a certain-
experience.
right.
I've been doing sewings a long time. I used to watch my aunt do sewings, and she's an old school stylist, so I know how to
Okay.
flip a track. I know how to lay it down.
So you have some background because I did mention you built it in 3 years, but you have some background. So that's, you grew up in the salon, so it's different. That makes sense. Okay.
So it makes it easier for you to do this.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can do a sewing with my eyes closed.
Okay.
Same.
So that's pretty
We
much
might put
like-
on a show together. Let's see the battle of the.
A live sewing show.
Let's do it.
That would be fun.
I know. I'm a duster though.
Until she starts sweating and her sciatica act up.
Here she go.
Not the
Coming for
sciatica.
me, pedal to the metal as usual. Every episode.
I
right?
always say, if I don't do it, then somebody else outside gonna do it, and then I'm gonna have to beat them up. Like the girl in Chicago.
Right.
So like, no.
You need to start adding a little bus to when you start.
When she comes to me all the time, just because it's sciatica, it's sciatica. We gonna count how many times you done said sciatica. Just like my
twice.
20 girl bye.
This episode.
Thank you. She's a listener,
Yeah.
and she knows that she talks that shit all
I
day.
mean, hopefully, I'm hoping that we can get a chiropractor on here so they can give us some good tips. How to relieve
we have
your
to-
hands, your back, good what's the ergonomics? That's how you say the word?
Yes.
That part, yes, what
Yeah.
Mike B said. We need a chiropractor. So every time I say it, I'm hoping somebody will be like, you know what, these ladies need. Yes, we do. Because my back be on fire.
Thanks. Well,
Yeah.
But
I love
Ashley,
Ashley.
So you have your classes. What if someone wants to book you? Or
Yes,
your-
tell us what you're doing.
So you can book me online. My booking site is in my bio, so it's banksbeautybar.as.me. You can find me on Instagram. It's links by Ashley Banks, or you can find me on my main Instagram, which is ashleybanks.extensions. That's where I post like all of my content. My website is richoffextensions.com. That's where I have the 34% off all of the classes and all of the ebooks. My ebooks are actually filled with good information, vendors, things that take you beyond the chair, like behind the chair. So marketing,
love that.
wholesale places, like just everything that you need to succeed is on my website.
I know that's
Okay.
right.
So what?
So why are you not a mentor?
Requires time, a different type of time, right?
I mean,
I don't think so.
I do so much. I don't want to say like, I'll be your mentor, and then now I'm lacking.
Do you get people that act?
I did have a girl that asked, and I'm like, I would love to, but I don't have the time to. But when you do have questions, just ask me.
Okay.
And if I don't have it, I'll send you somebody who does have the information, or
Okay.
I'll send you one of my ebooks or one of my classes.
Great mentor.
Yeah.
I think I had PTSD from being like in a salon, like salon owner / manager, like mentoring these girls. It's a lot of work. And you build relationships with people, and then it turns into like
on
I'm
you?
the villain. So it's
Yeah,
like
but it's
I'm
totally
cool.
different because if you're
not.
if
Because
you're
you're not working for.
right, so you're
Okay.
selling this
Yeah.
mentorship and they're purchasing it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you
you
know
can
they're
buy my
serious.
mentorship online.
you know that they serious because you know they really want to be there.
Yeah.
Especially if you make it at a very pretty penny.
Right.
Yes.
They're
Right.
gonna show up and they're
Yeah.
gonna
Maybe
show out.
because I just applied to a mentorship that Carrie's offering. So God willing, I get accepted. Then maybe after that program, I'll offer my own.
Yeah.
But right now, I just want to get me situated in Atlanta before I take on more people.
Okay.
and-
Okay, I understand.
Mentees.
Well, I
Well,
think you'll be a great mentor.
Ashley is a very professional stylist, guys.
She is. I
She
could just
falls
tell.
in line with the professional crew on this side. So if you want to see her, you can book her in Atlanta or in PA.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And maybe one day in Brooklyn.
Yes.
I would love that. Oh,
Wouldn't
that would be so fun.
dope? Well, don't look at me. Look at her.
No, but you can look at her. That's the one.
Manager.
Right, like
She the one that got to approve or
she got
deny.
a job already. This was an interview. You ain't even know it.
Wow. So you're hired. That's it.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Yes.
to
Thank
on
you
the
for
show.
having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so happy you came. And
Yes.
I
And
appreciate
thanks
it.
for watching. You're such an avid watcher.
Yes,
See you in
and
the
supporter.
comments.
Yes.
Yes, because we need to support each other. And that
Absolutely.
is
And she a
all
real
about.
life supporter, y'all.
Yes.
Yes,
In the real
not just
life.
for play.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
mean,
love
she
that.
giving away all the deets for $39.
I mean,
she
and we're-
want to see the people succeed.
And we're doing it for the free.
For now.
Right. For
For
now. I be trying to tell them that. all
Come
the
to
time.
Atlanta.
Anyway, but
But now, until we give them that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, y'all. More to come as soon as we come back from these commercial breaks.
Whatever.
Have a great day, guys. And thank you for listening to Everyone Wants 100%.
Thanks,
Later.
Ashley.